Greetings, spiritualists. And good morning. Let's pay attention to ourselves inside while everyone connects. And contemplate your body. Those who watched last week's teaching, Manasvin Nivedin. Good morning, everyone. Manasvin Nivedin is the mantra in your mind. Manasvin Nivedin. Manasvin Nivedin. Ahoy! Getting in the body. The bones and the muscles are healthy. Focus on that. The bones and the muscles are healthy. The bones and the muscles are healthy. All right. There's a mantra, a Siddhi or a mantra, which is Siddhyaroga. SIDDHYIA Siddhya Roga. Siddhyaroga means perfect health. Siddhi Roga means really sick. So I have to make sure that it's Siddhya. Siddhya Roga. It's actually Aroga, that means without any hindrance or without any suffering or any illness. Aroga is health. Okay. Siddhyaroga is the optimal that the body can manifest in terms of health. Siddhyaroga. So we started with Manasvin Nivedin to get in the body. And then we contemplate the muscles and the bones. Siddhyaroga. Perfectly healthy. Not so long ago, I also spoke of epigenetics, Shrideha Nubimadvam. Okay. All these mantras can be combined once you understand their function, what they mean. Then you can apply it specifically to your needs. Okay. Now, for a moment, let go of the idea of the bones and the muscles and go to your organs. Digestive organs, breathing, heart, the organs. Siddhyaroga. My organs are perfectly healthy. Whatever that means. Siddhyaroga. Fellow campers is applicable now. Deep breath. Okay. Pay attention to the body and allow the body's consciousness to awaken with Manasvin Nivedin. Manasvin Nivedin. Conscious of the body, and the body awakens to higher consciousness. Mass experiences existentialism, if you want to push it. Manasvin Nivedin. Last week we spoke of the importance of being present in your environment. Now we want to apply Manasvin Nivedin in consciously embracing the body in order to do an operation, an activity about it. Manasvin Nivedin. Well incarnate in the body. And now we switch to Siddhya Roga, perfect health. Siddhya Roga. Siddhya Roga. Perfect health. Siddhya Roga. Perfect health. Siddhya Roga. Perfect health. Now, I'll explain how to go deeper in how to orient the effect of Siddhya Roga. There's many ways, but we'll start with the two main ways. If you want something to manifest, for example, a bone is weak and you want it stronger, you had the bija Nam. Nam brings a manifestation. Well, it makes tangible something. Okay. Nam is often a suffix also that means about me or myself, but in this case it's a bija. Nam. Siddhya Roga Nam will regenerate. It's not the same thing as Puvarnava Mamadeha. It's a different thing, but Nam is to make it happen. Okay? If what you have is an infection or a cancer, it's not something you want to gain in your body, but something you want to remove. If it's an infection, you want to get rid of the infection. So in this case, it's the bija Hrim, H-R-I-M, Hrim. And that is to burn away something that has to disappear. It could be a cancer. I did not just offer a cure for cancer, no. It's an influence using meditation. Okay. If you got cancer, please consult a doctor. Siddhya Roga Hrim will orient the Siddhya Roga power in purifying something that you want to get rid of. Okay. Let's take more examples. Your liver is weak, for example. You want a stronger liver. So you'll have Siddhya Roga Nam. And then you'll say a phrase in your own language, English, French, Spanish, or other. My liver is perfectly healthy. Siddhya Roga Nam. My liver is perfectly healthy. That brings the liver progressively to gain a bit of efficiency by being healthier. That's over time to get the organ in a better state. But if for a temporary moment you have a bile crisis, a liver overdose, you feel like vomiting all the time, and now about the liver, you need a purification. It's too late to try to make the liver healthy if on the moment you have something to get rid of, the toxins, the pollution in your body. Then you would use Siddhi Rim. My liver is perfectly healthy. And Siddhi Rim, on the moment itself, during this temporary event of intoxication, will bring your liver to be cleansed. Okay. Liver cleansing. Okay. Let's take an example on the kidneys. If your kidneys are working hard and seem to be deficient, you want your kidneys to be more efficient. You would use Siddhi Nam to have better kidneys. But if your kidneys has rocks and you want to get rid of the rocks in the kidneys, then you use Siddhi Rim. If you don't know, you use Siddhi alone. Or you use both, Siddhi Nam, Siddhi Rim. But that splits the effort over all applications. So each application is less efficient. These are examples that I give you to help you understand the influence of Nam, the influence of Rim. Either you want to grow the muscle of your heart, then it's Siddhi Nam. Or get rid of the fat stuck in your tubes. I don't know how to say this in English. The problems you have with your clogged arteries, for example, then it's Siddhi Rim. But it's still about the blood system. Okay? These are examples. Is it something you want more or something you want less? Something you want to add to your body or get rid in your body? Okay? If you want to lose fat, Siddhi Rim. You transmigrate in your fat, but here's the trick. Siddhi does not mean I want to look sexy on the beach. Siddhi means perfect health. So if at the pure natural level it is healthier to have a certain level of fat, the animal wants to survive a drought or a famine, then you'll keep your fat. Because Siddhi is about health and not about how sexy you want to look. It's different. But at least it will bring your health. And that's what you want ultimately. And the more you age, that's what you want to preserve, the health. And yeah, a bit of fat, but not too much. Eh? If you have excess fat, yes, it will help to burn it. Okay? You understand the difference? So now we transmigrate in the body fat. Anasvin Nivedin, I'm aware of my body. I'm focusing specifically on my body fat. Focus on the areas where you have it more. I'll focus on my belly, you focus on wherever you want it. Or wherever you want to get rid of it. And then Siddhi Rim. Perfectly healthy. Siddhi Rim. Just I have a healthy amount of fat. Siddhi Rogarim. I have a healthy amount of fat. Now, be aware that some of this fat will just be transmuted by consciousness, but some of it will be deployed as energy. You'll get nervous, your body heat might rise, you'll be a bit more sensitive. Like if you do a lot of exercise, your body burns the fat to get the energy. Imagine if you just deploy that energy in your body without doing an activity to burn it. You know, your body will try to spend the energy. Okay, and it will do it through being nervous, sensitive, or excited. Now, some of this fat is just transmuted. It goes to higher consciousness. It changes nature to be of service to the body. But some of it is just burned. So the energy will want to be spent. Okay. It is not scientific, I know. This part goes against actual medical discoveries, and it's okay, because it's meditation. It's metaphysics. But go ahead and try it and tell me how it happened. It's going to be funny. All right. I will read that comment later, Nick, and I'll answer if I see fit or if I have time. I want to move on to another application. Start from the start. Manasvin Nivedin. Be incarnate in the body. Embrace it. Manasvin Nivedin. Paying attention to the nervous system. Perception and response. You could say perception and reaction, but it's not always an automatic reaction. Sometimes it's a conscious response or reaction, but conscious. Manasvin Nivedin, focusing mostly on the nervous system, the brains, the nerves, the organs of perception, and the muscles. And the nervous system is not only perceiving, it's also acting. It's what sends signals to your muscles to move. So it's perception and response to that. Action. Yes, I agree, Nick. It's very important to do the integration if you have a sickness. Very good. I was simply not talking about this specific topic now. But nice comment. I will try to talk a bit louder. It's live. I don't use microphones. Manasvin Nivedin. Incarnate the body. Manasvin Nivedin. Specifically the nervous system. If there's excess of stress, Siddhi Rogarim, purify tensions from the body. And that is energy that will just have to disappear. If you have tension or stress, but the energy doesn't go somewhere, Siddhi Hrim will try to just esoterically, metaphysically burn it, supernaturally affected. Siddhi Hrim. But this will also remove from your nervous system some clogs, some blockage. Siddhi Hrim. Get rid of the hindrance in the nervous system. Make it healthy through purification. Siddhi Hrim. Siddhi Hrim. My nervous system is perfectly healthy. Then we move to Nam. Regenerate, manifest a perfectly healthy nervous system. Siddhi Nam. My nervous system is perfectly healthy. That regenerates the nerves. It produces more nerves where many of your nerves has died, where you have lost sensitivity. It will even regenerate brain cells where you have lost them. Siddhi Nam. Perfect nervous system. Perfectly healthy nervous system. Deep breath and feel if emotions rise in that. Siddhi Nam. It is possible that whatever killed your nerve cells or your brain cells left traces, taints, emotions. It's possible that they would be released and awakened. Just be aware. Be conscious of what awakens. And like Nick suggested, to do a big integration if you have a specific illness is very wise. It is simply not the scope of this class right now. Okay, let's give another example. And it will be the last. We started the class with bones and muscles. So that's what we'll do. Bones and muscles. The structure. Manasvin Nivedin. Manasvin Nivedin. Usually it's for the entire body, actually the entire nature. But in this case, you're focusing on bones and muscles. So your transmigration will be more rich there. Manasvin Nivedin. Bones and muscles. In bones, there is not much need of the rim, except for the bone marrow, if you want to just have it clean and functional. So let's jump to Siddhi Nam. Good, healthy muscles. Good and healthy bones. Siddhi Nam. Healthy structural organs, bones and muscles. The bones keep you up. And the muscles move your bone to give you mobility. Other muscles, some of which are sphincters, also operate your organs. So think about those muscles, not related to the bones, but related to the organs. Your heart is not attached to any bone. It's a very important muscle, okay? Bones and muscles, Siddhi, healthy. It's not about muscle mass, but muscle fiber, their health and efficiency, and the amount. The older you get, the more this is important. The ability to move and the ability to go through a shock without breaking. It's something that comes with time. So you can start now. Siddhi, healthy bones and muscles. Siddhi, healthy bones and muscles. For those who study the Vajrabuddham and the Manipejaya processes, of course you see where I took all of this. Manasvin nivedin garimashanti rasavada kanakayota siddhyarogarim siddhyaroganam sadajiva amrutayus. This is the full process of 10 steps of the Vajrabuddham Manipejaya. That, that'll come later, or maybe, did I teach it a few months ago already? Maybe. Now what I want to do is speak of specific applications. Manasvin nivedin. Be present in your life. Pay attention to your environment and yourself. Feel the consciousness in nature. And this week, various applications of Siddhyaroga for you to practice being healthy. It's just to help. Now I'm going to share something very personal about my left testicle, okay? So laugh if you want. Ever since I got a vasectomy, usually before vasectomy, the testicle is held by the tube that goes inside your body. They cut that tube. So the testicle is just hanging in your pouch, So it's a bit easier to sit on it or, squish it in your legs. And especially when I travel by plane, I don't realize it, but it's got this bad pressure for 8 hours and it started to hurt. And this week it was just the way I was sitting. And it hurt, So I focused on my left testicle. And before I did anything, Manasvin nivedin, just be well incarnate in it. If you're too much in your head in the process, you won't be able to regenerate your thing. So, I put my hands there and I did the basic elements. The first thing you want to do is charge the 5 basic elements if you have not, and use them to just gain resource. Now the reason I share something so personal, if I do a mantra of regeneration on my testicle, I don't want it to regenerate the vasectomy, or else I would become fertile again. It's not a problem now, but eventually in the future it could, So when I do a healing process like this, and it applies to my vasectomy and my testicle that I want to regenerate, It also applies if you want to regenerate your teeth, but you've got lead or plastic in your teeth from previous interventions. You want to keep those. If you have a pacemaker, you want a healthy heart, but you also want your body to accept a pacemaker. Do you understand what I mean? So I would do my process of healing, manazin nivedin, for a few minutes. One mala of each of the elements, focusing on the testicle. And then Sidhyaroga Nam, Sidhyaroga Rim. I did both. Sidhyaroga Nam, Sidhyaroga Rim. My testicle is perfectly healthy and my vasectomy is a success. That's the phrase I use. I have a friend who went through a vasectomy, the 3-step vasectomy that is supposed to be impossible to fail. And he just keeps regenerating it. So I know, because someone else, does the practice, that this is actually a fact. If you're very spiritual and do a lot of healing practices, you might regenerate things you don't want regenerated. So you just declare it. I have a healthy testicle, my vasectomy works, I am sterile. And I say this a few times just to make sure. And since it's my real desire, my body accepts it. So apply this to the pacemaker. When I have a teeth ache, I say my teeth are perfect and accept previous interventions. I don't know how to call them. So I say it in French. J'accepte mes plombages. I accept the lead or the work that was done in the past. Okay? That's cool. It's kind of useful to know. There was a woman who was studying when I was a student with various masters. She was taking the pill to not get pregnant. And she went through an intensive class of healing the body. She felt perfectly healthy and became pregnant, regardless of continuing to take the pill. Her body defeated anything that was not natural. So it's nice little comment to, cavity feeling. Thanks you, Nick. So it's just a nice thing to know. That, if you had previous interventions that are not completely natural, to preserve them. But otherwise, heal the body to the max. Okay? So now you can say you heard a story by Maha about his testicle, because that's funny. I think. Let's do the whole body. Manasvin nivedin. I'm incarnate in my body. Manasvin nivedin. Embracing the body. I will invoke resource in my body for the class, 3 recitation of the elements. Om Prithivida Bhumidevya, Om Prithivida Bhumidevya, Om Prithivida Bhumidevya. Om Tejasdatu Agnaya, Om Tejasdatu Agnaya, Om Tejasdatu Agnaya. Om Akashadatu Shivaya, Om Akashadatu Shivaya, Om Akashadatu Shivaya. Om Apsadatu Durgaya, Om Apsadatu Durgaya, Om Apsadatu Durgaya. Om Vayudatu Namantaya, Om Vayudatu Namantaya, Om Vayudatu Namantaya. Sidhyaroga Nam, Sidhyaroga Rim. I'm perfectly healthy. Sidhyaroga Nam, Sidhyaroga Rim. I'm perfectly healthy. And you can see the difference just putting a bit of elements, how the Sidhyaroga, whoosh, it just moves so much more efficiently. Pritiviteja sakasha psavayu. Pritiviteja sakasha psavayu. Pritiviteja sakasha psavayu. Sidyaroganam sidyarogarim. Sidyaroganam sidyarogarim. Sidyaroganam sidyarogarim. Good. So a class on Siddhi for healing. That's the practice this week. See you next week.